Hey everybody, Michael Sheena here, and what we've got in front of us is a 2010 Acura RDX. I thought what I'd do right now is give you a little tour here of the vehicle. As you can see, of course, we've got the new family nose of the Acura lineup. Going down here, take a look at these wheels here. Michelin Pilots, 235, 55, 18s. So some fairly meaty rubber on this baby. And really quickly, got your hatch here. Pretty basic in terms of what we got in here. Pretty large temporary spare, probably because of the all-wheel drive system. Want to not having to drive too much smaller of a wheel. And the other interesting thing here you might find, the seat folding mechanism on this vehicle is a little different in that this tips forward and then this folds. If you've seen CRVs, they do that a little bit differently, but this gives you some pretty nice space efficiency. Pretty straightforward to figure out. Nothing going on back here in terms of this console. Pretty blank, kind of blah right there, but overall, if you're a backseat passenger, you're just going to kind of be hanging out. There's no headrest monitors or anything like that available, but you know, a clean little place to be. This is hard to the touch, but this is soft to the touch. And then, of course, you just got your speaker, window control, little cubby here. And, of course, you got seat back pockets on both. Getting into the front seat, of course, where hopefully you will be doing all your business, we have soft to the touch material here along this, which is nice. And of course, this being soft to the touch as well. You got auto windows for the front too. And in addition, you got your space right here. You got a little cubby right here. And of course, your memory for your power seats and your power mirrors, all that sort of jazz. Okay, let's sit down. Okay, fun stuff. Now, one of the things on these, most cars, if you notice, certainly on a lot of the Japanese models, German models, is the just flick it and forget it. The starter will automatically crank as long as necessary to start the vehicle. Not that uncommon. You've got the 3-nozzle gauge layout here. TAC, of course, something very rare here for a Honda product. Turbo boost gauge right there. Okay, and right here you have your speedo, your information layout, your fuel, and your Prindle readout here for your transmission. So through this information display, we can kind of cycle through a number of things. As you can see here, this has been a fairly tame time in this vehicle, but let's go back here. This is important. I wish all tire pressure monitoring systems did this. They don't all do. General Motors products are really good about this. Honda as well. You get the pressure on each tire. If you like, for example, on my 08 Toyota Sienna, it just simply tells you one tire is low, but you don't get your pressures. And this is really important. In the morning, for example, you can check first thing, how am I doing? You can check the sticker on your door and then check here and just see if you even need to drop by the service station or something to fill up with air, which is, I think, important. It also shows you on your super handling all-wheel drive, your distribution, average fuel economy, and we'll get back to that in a little bit. And your range, instant mile per gallon, all that kind of jazz. Okay, now if you press on these buttons here, what will happen is you get into this change settings mode. And this enables you to do a number of things. First of all, you can set everything back to defaults if you so choose. But one of the things you can do is let's go into change setting. For example, meter setup, the language that you're using, the door setup, lighting setup. When we go back here to the door setup, for example, this is kind of cool in that you remember back in the day when these cars came out with configurable features, most of them required you to go to the dealer to change stuff when you were ready, which was kind of lame because unless you're in tight with your dealer, they might actually charge you a fee or something. But here, for example, you can customize the door lock situation. So I have it set up to where the doors will lock when I shift out of park, and then I have them to go and unlock when I shift back into park. And I have it operate for all the doors, but you can have it only do the driver's door, whatever you like. I find that setup to be pretty invisible in terms of being able to make your changes, get in and out of the car without having the door lock. Because I mean, you go for the handle, if it's locked, it's a big annoyance. So it's cool that they give you the ability to customize that sort of thing. And a lot of cars do. I wish they all did. Up here, of course, you've got your feature here with the information display. By default, you've got your temperatures here for your driver and passenger, and your time. You also notice the Bluetooth symbol there. I've got my phone paired, so what you can do is you can go down here, enter in, and you can actually go about doing some dialing. Now, if you don't transfer over your phone book, from my week's worth of testing here, I cannot get it to actually do a voice dialing direct from your phone. You have to actually port your numbers over and then bring it in and link them to your voice. So obviously that's a highly recommended thing to do. It would be great if, on the other hand, you were able to, just like your Bluetooth headset, be able to use your phone's built-in ability to do voice dialing. Prevents some of the hassle. But you can also say, for example, call and the number, and then it asks you to confirm, and you can go ahead and dial. Overall voice quality was good. People never complained about me being in some sort of like a cave or anything like that, so that's what I look for on these hands-free systems. Over here, real basic controls, as you might imagine. The ability to go from single mode synced to dual for different temperatures.